Live from PIX11 News, this is a special report.
And thank you so much for joining us for a PIX11 News special report. I'm Tansem Fadal.
I'm Kori Chambers, and we are minutes away from the State of the Union address, the second we're getting from President Joe Biden, but it's his first time delivering this speech to a divided Congress. In fact, as we know, Republicans took the House back narrowly in last November's election. So, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy will be behind the president, across from Vice President Kamala Harris. McCarthy won the Speaker's gavel after a contentious and drawn-out series of votes. Since then, the Speaker has clashed with the president over a vote to raise the debt ceiling. It's a battle that could have extremely negative and far-reaching economic consequences.
And if all that wasn't a rocky enough start for the new Congress, several scandals to talk about surrounding New York Congressman George Santos have also loomed pretty large over the party. Speaker McCarthy today even confirming Santos is being investigated by the House Ethics Committee. And despite all the turmoil within the branches of the federal government, the president is set to offer a rosy picture of the nation's condition and focus more on reassuring the American people as opposed to unveiling new policy proposals.
Yeah, we're looking at this as we see some members of the cabinet there arriving. This all happening as really we're seeing a progressively pessimistic sentiment publicly. A new AP poll shows just a quarter of U.S. adults think the U.S. is on the right path. They're worried about the economy, worried about partisan politics tearing this country apart, and also worried about threats from abroad. We're about to mark 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine, and of course separately the downing of that suspected Chinese spy balloon by U.S. forces has really ratcheted up tensions between the superpowers.
Yeah, really a lot to talk about this week leading up to this. Well, something the president is expected to touch on: police reform. The death of Tyree Nichols following a brutal beating at the hands of Memphis police officers still very fresh in the minds of so many. And tonight his parents are among the guests there who will be seated with First Lady Jill Biden. Others include Paul Pelosi, the husband of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, only a few months removed from that home invasion attack, plus a 26-year-old who disarmed the Lunar New Year mass shooter in California as well. Bono from U2 as well.
Let's take another live look at the House floor here as we stand by to see the president, and we of course hear again, we have a little time to go. We see members of the cabinet there. We see members of Congress there speaking, and sort of, you know, this is the part where they all kind of get together and have a little chat before we see the president come out. We'll see in a bit the First Lady come out and the spouses come out and the first spouses come out, and that typically will tell you that we're about to get going.
Yeah, it's always interesting as we watch this, thinking like, what is going on? What's the conversation now versus the conversation and the applause and the not applause and the boos that happen, in a little bit.
Yes. Just looking into the crowd, we're not seeing a very tight shot there, but you can see, of course, you have pretty much all the members of Congress. They have that. Looks like we're about to get going now. Well, actually, we're getting closer to getting going. We're seeing the Sergeant at Arms.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
This is it as the president First Lady Jill Biden there. This is the president makes his way, seeing who he stops and starts and talks to and confers with as he makes his way down the aisle there.
Yeah, you see Congressman Gottheimer there in the back, of course.